in combat. And before you say, but look at him, he's so strong, he can wield a heavy sword, no problem. Well, he can, but that doesn't mean it's ideal. I mean, it would still be a lot more exhausting to use, and it would feel clumsy. It's hard to express that if you haven't handled reproductions of swords. If you have a, better reproduction compared to like a cheapo fantasy thing, you feel it. You really do. The lighter, more well-balanced sword feels lively in the hand.
Hello YouTube, it's Jadopico the prop maker again, and today I'm going to tell you about a little bit of a... I didn't mean to call him little. Let me tell you about a YouTube persona called Skallagrim. He is a weapons reviewer, he is a fantasy weapons scrutinizer, he's one of my favourite YouTubers, even though he's insulted some of my favourite fantasy franchises. I don't mind, because I can see where he's coming from. But there was one video of his that particularly caught my eye, and that was his talking about the Atlantean sword from Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer, and he mentioned the fact that companies had reproduced that sword in functional steel before, and it had weighed about as much as a historical greatsword would have. And Skallagrim thought, wouldn't that be very detrimental for a sword of that size to have that much weight to it? Surely if it weighs about the same amount as a greatsword, surely it should be greatsword size. So Skallagrim had a whole discussion about how you can make the sword better, and one flashing image of Arnold Schwarzenegger's infamous sword swinging scene in the movie, but instead of the Atlantean, it was replaced by a greatsword, and that gave me an idea. Being the aspiring young prop maker that I am, let me show you what I came up with. Okay, so this is what I came up with. Okay, so here's the sword. I tried to do a ram's head on the pommel, but it wound up coming out more like the head of an aurochs. Is that how you pronounce it? Aurochs. I don't know. There's the string-wrapped handle, longer than the version used in the film, because in fact this entire weapon is not kept true to the film, because every artist has to take his liberties, so that's why I did a ram's or aurochs skull on the pommel. And then the guard is a bit longer, and then this guard is actually based on one done by brother Banzai, who remade the Atlantean. He called it the Antediluvian on this channel, and so I based it on his with the twin dragon heads, and then we've got the iconic crossguard, and then there's the engravings on the blade. I'm guessing there's something to do with Crom, because Crom is the god of steel. And then the blade, which is made out of wood, by the way. This weapon is made out of wood. If you want me to make a version in steel, then let me know in the comments. And then there's these rust patterns and nicks in the blade. I figure with a sword as old and battle-tested as the Atlantean is, it should have some battle damage and age wearing. So wanted to keep it as realistic as possible for, aesthetics. So that was my little tribute to Skallagrim. If you liked it, slice that like button right down the middle and subscribe for more, and I will see you in the next video. This is Jadopico the prop maker signing off.